Привет всем моим любознательным зрителям. Продолжаем прохождение. В прошлый раз ОБС вылетел. Так что точное место, скажем так. Точное место сейчас уточним. Так. Получается, здесь диалог с нашим трупом. Так, что я ничего не помню. Кто такой? Меня бросили, да. Не могу все вернуть.
You found Elysium. Everything. You really dropped the ball. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing up. You're trying to what?
So something is wrong. Sleep. Oh yes, party boy. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
То есть, получается, мы с отеля снова начинаем. С того момента, как спустились вниз.
Good going, buddy. Oh,
И что за херня?
you mean, why are you so tired?
Почему
Too
всё
tired.
так?
And it's just that you're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yours? Suit yourself. Slow.
Так. Может, я, конечно, зря отказываюсь. Так. Здесь те самые рабочие. Еще раз диалог с Кицураги, который в прошлый раз отлетел.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once.
Так.
The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy.
О чем
Everything points to
разговаривать?
that worker,
Да,
which may,
да, да.
of course, all be... I mean, ungovernable. Martin, men who drink beer for breakfast?
Да.
There's talk of an... I completely forgot. Sorry, one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate. In fact, even one more thing before we do. We don't have to talk...
Yeah, but aren't you curious to...
They're in no hurry to...
Ну, короче, в любом случае, сейчас пообщаемся с кем получится. Потом уже сходим.
Another thing. Great. Yes.
Так.
Just a moment.
She's agitated.
And there's no...
Да, да, да.
It's fine, I understand.
Насчет телефона.
Thank you anyway. Please don't trouble the union office. Probably the manager was vague about...
Why would he be vague about phone?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us, I was also...
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing.
Ладно,
That's just
допустим.
it. You have more important things to worry about. Oh, yes.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize...
That's one opinion.
She's used to playing off such...
My apologies.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's searching for such species called cryptids.
She's completely internalized her husband's
Так,
struggles.
то есть ваш...
They are her own.
Ваш муж в
Just some field
экспедиции.
work, sweetie. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He
Наверное,
said
кто-то
they...
где-
Oh, sweetie, Gary's as loyal as they come. There's a nameless old fishing village nearby.
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I would...
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now.
Примем задание,
Sure, we
почему
have
бы
time
нет?
to go chasing after bug hunters just now. I did suggest we played cool, but...
Ну, скорее первое, да.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel. Oh dear, I'm not... Well...
You can't go around forever. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him. even if he's not out. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn via dating agency. We hit it off.
She's skipping over some important parts.
I hope I've been
Ладно.
useful.
Ну, криптиды.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways.
Well,
Yes, Phasmatodea. A diverse group of insects.
where other phasmids imitates, hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid.
I knew it.
It's not made up of, it's simply elusive, so much so that most
Nonsense.
people doubt it. No one gets it. Yes, it can blend in almost. Well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face.
I suppose I have something of a person. Not at all. Oh dear. Morel can explain it all much better.
Можно попробовать поверх пройти? Ох, ты опять.
All you can do is be reasonable.
I suppose you could use.
One cryptid, like you said. One. This can't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. We have things to do.
Ай.
He nods. Cryptids, cryptid. Ooh, tough choice there.
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. Yes, it has amazing healing. Indeed, there is. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor, and that evolved parallel.
The lieutenant looks.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saelites are inferior.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one.
Ладно.
I'm glad you see it that way.
Ладно, пойдем пока. Опа, садовница тут что-то забыла.
Let me handle this. Officer Discotheque? Still wondering?
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
No, I am not a gardener.
Юрисконсульт профсоюза докеров. Неплохо, неплохо.
You're looking for Titus Hardy? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on.
It doesn't matter if you recognize.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counsel.
She looks as if
A Nordic dance music. You wouldn't get it.
Давайте, да. Анодная музыка.
it's part of the future you want to experience. There is nothing a determined man could not achieve.
No, not disco. Disco is.
Да сейчас, ага.
It's fair to say you guys have it on life support.
Кому нам? Давайте второе.
Don't care. Let's. What are we going to do? The union isn't going to.
Goddamn.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living.
So you were spying on
Понятно,
us.
да.
And now you represent murder.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob. Enforcing.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask. Or get back to your commanders.
Ой, господи. Приватизация незаконная. Ну, не знаю даже. Я думаю, второе.
I don't need privatization peons from a rent-a-cop. Just do your job.
О,
Ask your
господи.
questions.
Давайте
and get
второе.
out. What you want is of no
Ну,
significance.
понятно.
Of
Обалденно.
Wow, you work.
Реально?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a,
Ну, не без того, да.
like a horse. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh.
И буду крутиться, пока не сдохну, да.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day and
И коп из принтера. И денежный принтер. Да.
you're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
В общем, да, кое-какие денежки
Sure,
найти удалось.
And has it been easy? Is life easy? Are you rich?
Нет, вообще-то нет.
That's right. You work
Как
harder
так вышло?
than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the
Не
grave.
знаю, правда, почему я такой бедный.
The taxes.
А,
G-Man's
ну
got his
понятно,
jam. Our
понятно.
tax is almost non-existent in the Gotham estate. That is Revachol.
Серьезно, когда чихаю.
Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct and their
Да,
indirect.
да.
98% of all your
98%.
money.
Уверенность покажется довольно большой.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see?
Помогает
Aren't
решить
you sick
записывать
and
активисты
tired
свободного
of
рынка.
having bloody nipples?
Ой, наверное, третья.
What are you? A
Ты что,
racist?
расист? Не
Don't
будь
be a
расистом.
racist. Be a cool immigrant.
Свободного
ultra-liberal,
иммигрантского режима будь в топе.
Ride or die. Keep it street.
Ой, господи. Не, ладно. Бред какой-то. Так, ну я не знаю, я к ним не хочу пока идти. Скажу честно. А чё по заданиям? Чё по заданиям? Чё по заданиям? Да, тут еще и в понедельник-то не все можно успеть. А, какого фига? Или мы уже не можем этого сделать? Так. Тренировки жертвы. Звонил в участок. Тайные караоке танцев. Правду реальности. Так, а чё по следам автомобиля-то? Или мы здесь их так и не обнаружили? Вот что вопрос. Что-то я не помню.
As they have ever been.
Так,
More worn, perhaps. Fortunately,
думаю, я все понял. Так. Это ж, по-моему, были эти следы. Просто мы на них не стали выходить тогда. О, еще ребята. Или мы их тогда пропустили.
Doesn't need to be. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every...
René, you're a man with a fork in the.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking...
these manly men are playing balls. This is a ball. No, you got this. There's the ball.
И шар, и ты в игре. Ну давайте попробуем. 83%. Почему бы и нет?
This
Да,
felt
и 83%.
wrong.
Ах,
Like touching your sister.
господи.
Mon Dieu. Good.
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than good.
What are
Гораздо
you
более
talking about?
зрелищно.
You just.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston?
А по ощущениям провал. А, нет, скорее третье, да. Нечто крутое он облажался, да.
Uniform. His merry partner, the lieutenant, is looking at you. His face is expression.
Эти воронки, да.
The terrain here provides
Здесь
it.
было землетрясение. Ага.
Why what? Because
Мне
that's what
тяжело
happens
артиллерия.
when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into commies, communists, socialists, anarchists. Call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. They fought valiantly. Who should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda. And
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Чем утюжить
because
их
this place
здесь.
is a damn beachhead. Yes, the military code Martinez was used as one of the three footholds in
Понятно.
Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other two are often. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleansed.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough.
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are...
Well, it's your own damn fault.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players of it.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Ну, по идее второе.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After it, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned.
This royal failure.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. True king in both blood and mind.
Some manner of self-deceit is present.
Damn Frisell. He was the king with...
He slouches as he says that.
The suzerain is the king. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened.
О, давай теперь.
McGrave. 4 point. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty.
Книжный магазин.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM446s are an antique. Unfortunately, I don't. And in Martinez, the cop is a pejorative term. I don't...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Ставим это.
I know the kind. Gaston here is...
Oh, René. If you only knew life beyond confrontation.
Можно попробовать.
All you observe
Ладно.
is a vet.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service.
Don't you mean...
You do not speak his name, Craven.
There's something you missed. You will get...
Ладно.
Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But coach physical instruments.
Мне интересно вообще ни капельки.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally.
Копотип.
And now we
Есть
know
какие-то
you.
копотипы.
Guess what's yours?
Какой-нибудь коп и пушки.
You're the sorry cop.
Ай.
Huge lack of enthusiasm
Ой,
going on.
энтузиазма. Ладно, какие
Oh,
еще есть
you know.
копотипы апокалипсиса.
Super Saver, the advanced
И копотипы не будут мне завидовать.
jealous of the sorry cop. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally...
Знаешь, я
You
передумал.
can dual copo type.
Все
Yes,
остальные еще
yes.
пожалеют.
Impotent rage and lamentation. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be...
Действительно, не
Wow.
жаль, отъебись.
Okay.
Так. Может, я это делаю, типа, может, все-таки мысли надо использовать. Так, кнопка теперь не работает. О, господи. Сколько же здесь персонажей-то? Да мы еще и половину не обошли, похоже. Интересно.
Yes? Hello? Me?
She doesn't really want... If she's such a working class...
Looking for
здесь
something to
делается?
read.
Славно,
It is.
славно.
I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
Нужна
What with?
помощь.
Her hands move over the book covers. An array of neurons fire up with joy.
No, I don't.
Ну, давайте, я точно
Why
знаю,
do
что
you think
курите.
that I smoke? It's not like yours look much better.
She is right. Your hands look... These are the hands of someone who's...
I already told you I don't have from the kiosk. There's one near the heart.
She sighs.
Что вас
My
муж
husband?
пропал. Где же
I
бегает?
don't know. At-
Where is this going, officer?
yes, but no.
Давайте
Why are
первое.
we still?
She has the... The husband is totally...
What?
Хорошо.
Who said anything about shame? Stop talking.
Что, дети
No,
пропали?
absolutely not.
Ай,
Are you a
неужели?
policeman or a nanny? They are not miss.
You know where they are. They're at home.
What? That's just. They're almost grown up now, anyway. They're past the age they need me. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just shy of 6. Why do you need to know this? Haven't I
Did someone say party? You could use a party.
There is no investigation here.
Okay, it must be asked then. What?
I don't mean to disrespect.
For what it's worth, but cockatoos can't be stopped when they get like this.
I don't even.
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Even if I had, it great. Nothing. Go.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astro?
Wonderful. The story is over.
Господи. Найти героическую птицу, это, конечно, пушка. Так, ребят, ну я думаю, надо все-таки наружный осмотр тела провести. Тут можно столько времени ухлопать на геральдические птицы, как-то зоологов и так далее. Что тут просто кошмар.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what if...
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit. And the failure of the 38...
I hope we do.
Так, ну...
It's getting really late.
Нет, погодите, ну, я надеюсь, сильно
Rotting
много.
man.
Просто я хотел поговорить.
His glasses and
Да.
Shoot, loony rooney.
А, нет, ладно. Это
Come
те же
back
самые реплики.
later. Call.
Come on,
what you
Ладно,
do.
за
there
дело.
truly is a time for everything. Even for yellow gardening gloves.
Ну, не знаю, что ты
However,
имеешь в виду.
working hygienically. I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical... That's right.
Во-первых, ну ладно, давайте.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the... Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first.
That's you.
Это вы.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings.
KK5...
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Ну, блин, ладно, запишем.
NA.
Дальше.
NA.
Dry 40. The damage is
Я
so
напишу
extensive
42.
that he nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive skin from the Isola of the pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Мужской,
Nor
ладно.
does he look male with his pregnant belly.
We're still going with my... What else? 9. Body identified...
KK 57 0
None. At least not after the initial...
Так, что подразумевается под манипуляцией? Посмертные изменения или нанесение травм? Не уверен.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained...
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair. Her silhouette ball-like, and so, all across Jamrock, Cole sits.
We should start the postmortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white breech.
See?
Babrodine, yes.
The disappointment is palpable. The red...
The boots are ceramic. Vitreous enamel. They are fused to his... The boot has a serial number. It's iffy. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single... The assistant has a color photograph of the markings. To be added to... The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hang... Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age.
Так,
The deceased had a male
ну, я
pattern.
думаю, все-таки надо потрогать.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet.
Провести
The
по
stench
волосам.
is suffocating. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Продолжить поглаживать труп.
Next to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked... There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over.
Ну,
The
малыш.
lieutenant watches you in silence.
That was
Четвертая.
some sick.
Lividity is
Связь с
consistent with
повешением.
hanging.
Fucking low velocity. You think
Была вообще
In
про
addition,
скорость
there
куна.
are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark.
Так, пилить нити.
Still
Не
worry.
удается.
There's too much of it.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now we need to cut the belt to see the ligature.
see my pig?
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boy.
Так.
Fuck.
Это не твой
You are?
мясоруб, Куна.
You're Kuno's pig?
Господи!
The belt is equally tight. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now. Like a flower.
Давайте попробуем.
Two cut. After some deliberation, you sink the
Ух.
cutter into the knot, tying the snap. The knot is slashed.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below. The chest is intact. Normal contour.
No! Let's get out of it!
I fucking knew.
This is clearly what they've been waiting for.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable.
The
Изучили
dead man's
гениталии.
penis is average sized. Congested. You should touch it.
Тебе стоит его потрогать. Давайте
Doesn't feel
попробуем.
like anything.
Холодное, скучное, мертвое.
Gloves.
Да.
Pig's so fucking ill right now.
Oh, your pig's pretty sick. I got a
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are. In addition, I see smaller.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades. This
Last item. Hands.
Поднять руку.
the hand feels heavy, filled with decay.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from
Мы
struggling.
ожидали их найти.
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing. Ooh. That's all for the external. I'm
Результаты
afraid we
осмотра
can't
органов.
continue before we've gone through both the external and internal examination
В
first.
смысле?
So,
А,
central nervous system. I have nothing.
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
вывести
would that
какую-то
be?
мораль-то
The dead
какую.
man looks, too, with barely contained excitement
Мозг
to
очень
hear the mob.
чувствителен к перебоям кровоснабжения тогда.
Be the moral of.
Ладно.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand
yeah, jack that.
the hyoid bone is fractured. The rest respiratory system.
Вообще странно, как они, конечно, производят осмотр внутренних органов на месте. Это маловероятно. Ну ладно, внешне это понятно. Но все остальное это уже судмеды, по идее, должны делать.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received a dental implant.
no scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's hard.
Ой,
Once more, you taste stomach acid. Inside, you see
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
ну мало ли.
Hepatobiliary. NA. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Я так не
Neither am I.
думаю. И все.
That's it. Same for toxicology and serology.
По обеим.
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there. Like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt.
brimming.
Кокаине.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Записать, напустить, вуаля.
What's next on the list?
Давайте третье. Фу, бля, нет, нет.
The rotting man. The lieutenant
Ой,
adjusts
господи.
his glasses and takes a deep.
Ну, тут просто, видите, третий пункт, на первый
Let's
пункт.
see. We have black marks.
Следы
contusions
укусов,
on head and
кровопотеки на
chest,
голове.
and ligature
Кстати,
marks
четвертое
encircling.
для...
You'll need 3 fields.
Для чего четвертое
Nothing.
поле? Да так, на
Just in
всякий
case.
случай, ладно.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation. And your opinion, officer?
Не является.
Agreed. Next injury.
Следующее,
So, the
кровопотеки.
scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. The injury does not
At maximum.
has confessed to causing it.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the
Не
countless
является.
Right. Next,
Так, странгуляционная
dark red
бразда.
abraded ligature mark. I see hemorrhaging on the skin.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The
Ну, блин, я не знаю даже, честно говоря. Я думаю, блин, я не знаю. Давайте второе, наверное.
He is deep in thought.
Why do you say that? Okay. Why don't you think it was fatal?
Я бы связал его.
Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist.
Право.
That part got blurry for me. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Как в целом все
It
прошло.
was an irregular field autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. We were thorough with the list of injuries too.
Oh yeah, well done, detective.
Что
Maybe.
теперь?
I need a copy of that autopsy form for processing.
He's thinking. You tilt your head. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Ответьте мне на один вопрос. Ладно, понятно.
Come back later.
Не, ну, 8% мы, конечно, не
Run your
сраляем.
hands over the victim's cold body. His limbs,
Снова
the
задранные
genitals in
штаны.
his breeches continue to be unnoteworthy.
There is no need. Do you think we missed something?
Так.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate if you want for this task. Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are...
The man is the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Ну, фиг его знает. Можно с Куна еще поболтать.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Эмпатия. Че, еще качнуть эмпатию на разок?
Kuno doesn't.
Или сходить сначала туда? А, эмпатия, по-моему, уже закачана, нет? Да. Игу там. Интересно, если я параллельный какой-то навык прокачаю, все равно не поможет. Наверное, не поможет. Грустно, грустно, грустно. Можно в доки сходить. Точнее, сначала к холодильнику, а потом в доки.
This orange machine is dead still. It has. You slip your. No. This is going to need something if you want to try again.
Equip the pry bar.
Сейчас.
Both cables are unplugged. Somewhere in the dark. Somewhere a machine hums.
Сейчас посмотрим. Ну, мало ли, может что-то получится все равно.
The bear's eyes are still,
It's certainly an eccentric...
but the optics on this are awful. Your visual confirms.
Shall we go and get the body then? I'll take the head.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to prepare the body. Then 10 more to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done. No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice
Ну, скорее мы сделали все, что
Did
могли.
we though? At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped.
Shoot, Looney Road.
Себе
I like
холодильник.
it a lot, brother. This come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
Давайте попробуем. 20%. Да ладно, ну елки-палки.
It'll come to you sooner or later.
Блин, еще и урон по боевому духу. Ну капец. Ой, господи. А сильнее можно прокачать? Сейчас попробуем. Я просто не помню, когда был последний автосейв.
Glowing red.
Восприятие. Фиг его знает. Просто как-то боевой дух, если восстановим хотя бы на единичку, можно вернуться будет. Ну, мало ли. Уже реально. Слишком легко проиграть, когда 2 единицы боевого духа.
This orange machine.
Хотя... Подождите. Сила воли. Сохраняйте боевой дух. А если так? О, а так можно. Можно еще восприятие качнуть. У нас очков довольно много. Может быть и хватит. Может быть и нет. Да елки-палки.
It'll come to you soon.
Ладно, понятно. Понятно все. Ясно. Все ясно, все понятно. Господи. Может, какой-нибудь инвентарь есть? Хотя бы. Нет, нет, ничего похожего. Так, вот тут я хотел с эмпатией с ним поговорить. Если получится. О, да.
It's hard to say.
Excuse me?
A flinch jolts his frame. The question is,
Man, I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second. What's it like? Good. And
no, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow.
Наверное, третья.
I feel for you, my friend. But thanks for this. It's nope. Don't. Some of the other drive.
Yep. Nothing wrong.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Oh.
Relax. He's merely...
Can't even get a few jokes. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his...
Ладно. Пойдем. Интересно, этот водитель так и стоит здесь? Да, так и стоит. Может, с ним еще поболтать? Давай я...
Oh man, oh God, man.
Нет,
He doesn't live in Martinez. No. He's got a smoke right there, in his...
Can't have it. That's too bad. It's all done for.
Ладно, ладно.
I bet. Sorry I couldn't be...
Ай, так, здесь тачка. Ну, в принципе... Да и здесь еще есть. А, вот этот магазин. Фрита или как его там.
You see several the packages are small.
Красть дождевик, бля.
Sloppily stacked, making...
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only...
Her attention is drawn to the raincoat.
Не, ну красть дождевик это вряд ли.
The tear machine stands in...
Oh, that's the term. It's a machine for tear. You know, you need a bag, I guess. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure...
Ага, то есть можно сдавать бутылки.
A small cabinet on the wall. Their logo is...
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. Uh-huh.
Так, ну то есть можно здесь расходники брать.
A colorful display of cigars. The bottles wink at you in the light. In that dark green glass. All the beauty, the truth.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol...
Know this. You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
No, Fritz only sells... the pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in, you know.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I mean, I already...
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or more. Use medication, like Nosafed and Magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances.
Давайте поболтаем с ней немножко.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks...
Довольно футуристично.
She pops her raspberry, her shoulders tense. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the...
I don't know. Frit?
Почему название этой буквы Т?
Think that the extra...
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's. A
Понятно.
men's work.
You mean this? This is Pop's.
Looks like it also has
Давайте
something
третья, может быть.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean.
Кто из них...
It's about who's the
Кто
most
сейчас нам
stylish.
была... Не-не. Давайте
Benita.
третья, Бенита.
She's a model.
We are not the fashion police.
Настоящей полиции.
Okay. I'm not a warehouse. I don't know.
Это
Maybe.
важно.
She scrunches up her face.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. I don't really know anything. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all.
No,
I
no,
don't
там.
know, really.
No need to worry. It's just...
Okay. Uh-huh.
Спасибо за помощь.
Reality. You mean
She is like a student unexpectedly.
I don't
Физической
know.
реальности, где
We're
мы?
in Frit as mankind.
What will her essay prompt
Где
be?
мы в
We're
мире?
in Revachol, like on the inside. You're
Спасибо.
welcome. I don't know.
The clock shows the time at 10:09.
When
Революция.
ordinary people. Yeah, it happened like 50 years
Коалиция,
ago.
это
Our
что?
government. Or do you mean something else? Cool.
Ну ладно, хотя бы так. Ну, что-то хотя бы спросили. Значит, не очень это. Не очень продуктивно получилось. Так, интересно, пакет-то где-то можно, наверное, взять-то. Так, ну это все мы поболтать с ними не можем. Это что такое здесь? Здесь вообще разрешат пройти? Или не разрешат? О, мелочь. Ее можно взять? Можно. Там берем. Так. Что тут еще есть? Блин, локация-то большая на самом деле.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd, something with great kinetic. Someone shot him in the heart.
Okay, I can... Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But why not?
Политическая, да.
What is so that...
The king stands high above
Чем
you,
он
so
знаменит?
that even by the standards, well, he blew through the whole nation. His
Понятно.
own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy.
Как ему удалось
During the
спустить всю
stories
национальную
have
казну?
that he had his bedroom converted into a. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese.
Король есть король.
But wait, you haven't even heard.
Что?
See, old Philippe wasn't just
Ну,
bullets,
понятно.
not just any nose candy though. We're talking royal Philippian blow.
В голове не укладывается.
His Majesty's courtiers said it
Где
helped
она сейчас
him beneath the
похоронена?
cold
А, ну
waters of
понятно.
the original was blown apart by Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may. Some years ago, a group of liberal artists. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart. Like
Я правда не понимаю искусства.
do people in Martinez. The
да.
statue as Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his not that he ever did in life either.
Что тут еще есть? Здесь нельзя пройти, да? Опа, ящик. Придет. Может, когда-нибудь пригодится. Денежки, денежки. Это кто?
The small, wrinkled woman does not. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn. No response.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman.
Почему?
Why? I just thought...
Ну, вообще, мы тут докопались уже до всех подряд, по-моему. Ну, сюда, наверное, можно пойти, но вечером, когда Кицураги не будет, вероятнее всего, когда он спать пойдет, можно будет сюда выйти к ней. Может быть, как-то что-то поговорить. Ну, как вариант. Ну, по крайней мере, попробовать можно, мне кажется.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. The driver has adorned his space. A large metal pendant hangs. The back end of the cabin is a book with ragged edges catches your notice.
Of racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. Likely. This guy's proud of who he is. Drip.
Так, вот здесь вот это похоже начальник стачки. Понятно, чё.
Scab?
Зови меня Маньяна.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe
Я не
it's got something to do with the
антистачник.
Content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay.
Куда они взялись?
Themselves and us.
Похоже, они тебе не
Gotta be
очень-то
bloody
нравятся.
stupid, freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Попробовали поговорить.
But they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Ладно, я
I was
полицейский.
just messing with you. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Ничего еще ну, как бы да.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike, too.
Oh, good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard? Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? I don't operate in that capacity.
If it's all so simple.
Aye. Walk right past me. Yeah, 2.5 meter tall Chinese supremacists there.
Ну, понятно.
Then press the button to unlock, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to his Seminese supremacist worldview.
Кто-нибудь когда-нибудь брал на нем вверх в поединке?
He's incredibly... Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven... Sure. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Давайте, пожалуйста.
The coin
Есть.
to your hand as if it has always been.
Четко. Спасибо.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Nothing to worry about. The jam's a bit of a mess, but we can't get in or out. The ration is a bit stricter is all.
Каждая
Last
мелочь.
strike, though.
Каждая мелочь
I'm always glad to
помогает.
help out when possible. Not like these...
Ну, пора. Пожалуй. Ох, нифига мы тут поднялись-то к нему. А, ну тут не так высоко. Мысль какая-то. Так, это Эврар, да, по-моему? А, нет, нет, это просто лидер.
Hold up and stay frosty. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest.
С какой это стати?
Here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems.
Наверное, нет.
We're fighting for. Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together.
Ну, не сказал бы, что я выбрал твою сторону.
Don't let the fat bastards tread on. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand. Maybe you
Давайте
should
по вопросам.
We have families.
So do we, Scab.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If the
physically impressive man tower has turned his attention.
Ладно.
when a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get there, beats me. They mumble nonsense.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His sense of
Наверное,
his
себя,
shirt
что
is
это
far
значит.
and an unpleasantly
Твоя
tight
новая
he
одежда?
ignores your question, choosing instead
Одежда с
to turn
чужого
to
плеча.
the emaciated. Silence is the answer. There's
скажешь.
something off here.
Honest men and women with rights. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of.
I have a question.
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market.
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy.
Куда ты
What's it to
родом?
you?
В ходе... Либо третья. Ну, может, третья?
No. Don't think we've met before. I came to help out.
Ну, меня интересует твое происхождение. Из Джемрока. А,
Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock.
да, я знаю много баров.
Worked at.
Территории, знаешь, да, думаю, что я там бывал.
It was a long time ago.
Блин.
What's it to you?
В ходе расследования
Am I a
обычная
suspect?
рутина. А я что, подозреваемый?
I only fight for the rights of
Я
people. We're all
понял.
workers, right? Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Да, я думаю, что там бывал.
It was a long time ago.
Ай.
Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gate. I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable
Совсем.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. Right to work! It's shameful.
Вызови подкрепление. Против, не давать.
Open up the gates for us. Blockading gates.
Я в этом не разбираюсь.
Let us.
Ну, возможно, мы что-то могли из него все-таки выудить. Просто у меня не очень получилось. Баллистика -2. Ну, блин. Решение. Да, надо было бы... Это надо выяснять, честно говоря, вот эти вот все вещи. Заранее, конечно. Грубая сила, драма. Так. Насчет записки с холодильника.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece. Someone has scribbled S. You'll find the filament memory with the offside copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised. That's a plausible hypothesis. Really? Oh, I'm sure that child will love.
Так, ну чем займемся-то? В итоге из тысяч всего, что здесь есть. Ну да, ну можно, кстати, вот про серийник узнать, сходить. Может, что-то полезное получится. Конечно, тут малость уже как минимум затянули.
Droplets of rain fall on the white on blue. Police
вообще об этом думаю.
Do something important, something murder-related. This is a Caprice Kinema with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, even at a standstill. The unibody Caprice Kinema looks someone has waxed it recently.
Настоящий демон скорости.
You want to take a closer
Что мы
look?
тут имеем?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2.
Saying these words brings in...
Славная машина, да.
It's nice and all, but why? Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them. Maybe.
And means no.
Как обычно.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Так, из МПС что-нибудь ответили?
The armor was produced by... It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the papers... The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to get...
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind.
Yes, but the ICP tends to...
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow.
Давайте Сильвии, может быть.
Sylvie? Yes. Oh, great.
Так.
What else? No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't... Well...
Понятно.
I am sorry about that.
Чё ж
Anything
там,
else,
детектив?
Detective? You mean, why did...
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that?
Не приглашал.
Please, don't bring...
God, why can't you...
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything...
Так, я, честно говоря, уже...
What? Of course it bothered me. But I... No one called the police. You know...
Legally, no. In reality, yes.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Ну, давайте.
Push her. No, don't push her.
Каких
It sounds
проблем?
as if she's about...
The other people who...
Her voice is resigned.
You don't live here. You don't... Please, I just didn't want any trouble. I didn't know I had to report it.
Ладно, всякое бывает.
I know. It's just... Yeah, go on.
И все-таки хочется вот...
You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that?
Не бойтесь за себя постоять.
Please, don't.
God, why can't you just...
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing up.
You hear the call.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Not yet.
Ну ладно.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Ну что тут поделаешь? Господи. Ни удостоверения, ни пистолета, вообще ничего. Это тело мы так и не можем нормально опознать. Ай. Денег, кстати говоря, тоже нифига нет. Пойдем, наверное, к тому господину, куда нам еще идти. Хотя бы попробуем с ним пообщаться. Вообще находится. Может, хоть пакет найдем, я не знаю. Лучше вскрыть, не выбить. Там наверху что-то есть. О, девочки какие-то симпатичные.
Nobody betrays your...
Yeah, Measurehead. Spotty totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to
Альгуля.
You reek of it.
Смердит. Незримый меч Альгуля.
You cannot
Альгуль.
Yes.
He means alcohol.
Алкоголь.
By small. Al-Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran.
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for...
Че, объяснял с неолита. Алхимики. Расовый неудачник. Я думаю, что история не так работает.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
Более чем сексуальное обожание. И на самом деле все плохо. Ты прав, я слуга Альгуля, но мне все равно нужно попасть в порт. Гологруппа будет здесь командовать. Того парня внизу, видишь того? Видишь того жирного? Блин, мне кажется, так легко это. Так. Блин, я даже не знаю. Ну, мне кажется, если мы выберем первого, нас отметелит. Ну, вообще, давайте первое. Я вершина своей гаплогруппы. Печален. Вы были благородной, могущественной расой.
Like the deformed Himians and the you will be...
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him.
До него никак не достать.
It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Толкнуть его с дороги точно нет. Может, первое попробовать? Дегенератов и пьяниц. Совершенно прав во всем. И нужно пройти. Ну, давайте четвертое.
Enough with this begging. You bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to the walls will be lined with bottles of
alcohol. Он гомосексуальность. Микроцефалический черепа. Господи, это один из самых колоритных персонажей. Возможно, есть мирное решение. Считать тебя за своего. Верно, хорошая мысль. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Ты не знаешь об этой кружке? Да, тебе такое нравится? Не причастен к этому совсем. Почему ты не с парнями Харди? Бодибилдер.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, Like he's putting
что ты имеешь против них? Сексуальный, про кого ты говоришь?
Interesting.
Любопытно. Блин, ну фиг его знает, как бы можно, конечно, но мне кажется, кицураги. Что означает в этой татуировке?
Generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. He must think redheads.
I am not like that.
Геометрическое
I
совершенство.
am craniometric perfection.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic.
Ну, давайте четвертое.
Correct.
Так.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means.
Я не коммунист. Ну, индивидуализм — это моя фишка.
Individualism. You have gotten these.
Не влияет на мое мышление. Да, конечно.
Surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to
У меня была травма головы.
I can see that.
Понятно.
We are the future. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of
Так ты с островов или нет?
I have heard about
Просто из Elysium.
from Quran. And no, you have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today.
Ну, как бы концептуализацию. Ким, что ты про все это думаешь?
That will be the...
Будет на часть. Что следующий будет расист. А как иначе? Раз это реальность.
We still need to get into the harbor. There's an...
Так, ну смотрите, я хочу еще с парнями Харди поболтать, я так думаю. О, тут как раз еще автосейв подъехал. Сейчас к парням Харди еще сходим. Вот, и после них пойдем сюда. Потому что здесь довольно высокий шанс пройти проверку. Я думаю, что нормально все должно быть. Ну, типа 83% это не так мало. Достаточно, более чем. У меня еще вот отсутствие денег немножко напрягает. И опять же, я боюсь за кицураги, если я там что-то сляпну, может быть, не очень. С другой стороны, какие у нас еще варианты? Получается, что никаких. Возможно, надо еще ночью прогуляться, сходить к той женщине, к вот этому вот мужику.
The man ponders his... He looks up at you. Shrugging is an international sign for... No, I don't know.
Давайте поболтаем.
This is where you say your bed.
Давай. Выкладывай. Ну, он брутальный. Так. Ничего пока не говорить. Алло, долбоёб. На ухо глухой. Да. Пейзани недостойны вас, мессир. Это точно, это точно. Нужно поговорить о повешенном на заднем дворе.
You sure took your
Не
time.
спешил.
Waited for him to get
Ждал, пока он сидит, похорошеет.
real pretty boy.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it.
Как потерять за другими дерьмо.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard.
Смотреть помещение.
Starting from the right. Boot side sitting on his right. Standard across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size. And then standard working boot. Steel reinforced. The emblem on his vest says in the far corner. Standard working boot. Steel reinforced. Turn on his neck. Forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41. With the light in the middle. Heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Marks. Probably carried the victim. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds.
Где 8-й
Fuck is
фраг?
with you, fella?
Ну, давайте все-таки не с третьего начнем.
The pretty boy.
Хотите вы поговорить про красавчика?
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Почему нашей по-моему
Container
ремень? Да, почему?
Because we took it from the
А
hall.
мы его взяли из гавани, где работаем. Повесили ублюдка на этом ремне, понял. Сообща, держали, пока не сдох.
All of us.
Ага, то есть ты признаешься в убийстве, но что-то я не знаю. Так, я...
These 7 honest men have equally come forth.
Сказали,
They
что
told you what
произошло,
happened,
чтобы вы не
so that you
тратили
don't
больше
waste any more
времени.
of your time.
All 7 together.
Тактика для
They
защиты
dilute
от ареста.
responsibility. It's an anti-arrest.
Вы просто взяли и убили его. К
How many
сожалению.
people have you sent to the ship?
Chaise électrique is the
Понятно,
method
да.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Бля, наверное, 5-е бы выбрал, ну ладно. Ой, даже не знаю. Ну, давайте 3-е, да.
So you are just a simple, well-meaning man.
Это пытка
clearly
очень
being in
такое.
solitary.
So is hanging a man
Не
slowly,
ломается шея.
without breaking his neck.
Кто той ночью
Are
давал
you there?
указания?
There will be no singling. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could?
A trick question. Don't
Позволяем
let
ему
him
задавать
lead
тему
conversation.
беседы. Да серьезно, кто тут главный?
Who do you fucking think does?
Надо найти-то. Ай, бля. Ну я даже не знаю, можно на Элизабет указать. Ну типа она реально их типа строит. Как мальчишек, типа, ой, нет, мы вас не отдадим. Типа, ай-яй, типа, только коллективную ответственность. Так получается, что Тит как будто пусси. Ну не знаю, давайте Элизабет выберем. Да, это совсем тупое, да.
I think you got your answer.
Ответил, блин,
There are
законно, да.
some administrative differences.
Когда произошел
You
этот
don't have to
инцидент?
keep
Понятно, да.
Relax.
Закончить
We
не
killed him
еще.
last Sunday night.
Как долго вы знали?
Yeah.
Quiet. He came around about.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for one?
Понятно.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Ну, то есть, смотрите, типа, они его убили, судя по всему, чтобы, ну, в назидание той представительницы антистачников. Ну да, ну я думаю, что такое и выйдет, да. Никчемный наемнической мрази и взорвался. Ну да, типа. Ну, типа, они вывели его на конфликт и убили просто в назидание. Все, и взорвался. Каким наемником он был?
Shows up when you start a strike. The
A live grenade. Right here.
This one has a special gripe with him.
I can't prove
А
it.
еще писали Wild Plans, да.
He was sent by the wild.
Откуда вы вообще знаете, что он
One night, he
спецназа?
walked straight up to the mic and said,
Really?
"Yeah, really." Had a gin and tonic up there. Sang some R&E's.
We couldn't believe it either. But he fucking did. Right there.
Sire, the tale is. This is a serious violation.
Кодекс караоке. Ну, вообще, ладно, кроме преступления против караоке, что дурного он сделал? Изнасиловал, мешал рабочим, угрожал убить для страсти.
Rape to harassment.
Странное снижение градуса.
He regrets mentioning it.
To kill us all if we don't open the
Допустим,
gates.
антистачников, да.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine.
Aren't you fucking listening?
Да, ну ладно, окей.
Me and you,
There's something. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned.
Обвинение.
Why not?
А кого он тогда изнасиловал?
You're not getting it.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling.
Закрылся. А как вы его убили?
We hanged him up by his neck.
Didn't they teach you any?
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks.
We. Look.
Yeah.
Я
I
его
knocked him out.
вырубил.
Came up behind him and clapped him.
That's right, lawman.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Да. Как именно
My
вы
fucking
его
elbow
локтем
popper.
начальник?
Samaram.
Samaran boxing. or sambo is an eloquently violent.
Отсылка на тайский бокс, похоже.
Originating from. He may be lying.
Ну, очень некомпетентно.
No twitching.
Ни дрожи, ни волнения, ни выдуманных деталей. Где происходила борьба. Да, вот
Eugene
там.
already told you that the...
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
Давайте попробуем. Да
Actually,
елки-палки!
surprised. Well, this one, but he's always fidget.
Like what, copper?
Подождите, а это была единичная проверка? Серьезно, что ли?
Yeah, that's right.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable.
Пипец.
Then see if it all adds up.
Обидно. Ну, 72%, ну капец просто. Серьезно.
Like what, copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything I read. What are you talking about? Or what? You want to be...
Actually, boss, we've been talking.
She? So there's an eighth Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
It has to be good. If he...
А, ну да, там же были, типа, следы легких ботинок, типа, женских. Да, это она, 8-я.
That's right. We're not talking... You're not cops here.
Good. We are all what...
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this
again.
Good one.
We...
Didn't they take...
Да я не знаю, но походу это реально была единичная проверка, обидно.
Right fucking...
Yeah, man. Weren't you listening?
My fucking...
He may be lying.
Like what, copper?
You don't...
I know...
Ой, господи.
Fucking time.
Трындец просто. Просто трындец. И девица Харди, нет.
You could be Liz. You could...
Even Ahmad?
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Знаешь, ну правда.
Cold look in her eyes. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
И чё это?
Can I help you?
Ладно. Господи, ну как обидно-то, я просто не могу, блин. Продвинуться в расследовании. Поищи свидетеля. Понятно. Как мы труп обыщем? Можно, конечно, подойти глянуть. Может, там все-таки что-то сработало. Хотя, маловероятно.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over.
На руки на восприятие. Так, а что там с этой, с морозилкой-то? Может, там ее можно как-то вскрыть? Что-то есть полезное.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It
Достаточно надежная монтировка. Где взять монтировку лучше? Вопрос. Поискать автомобиль, сходить. Или все-таки туда. Ну, короче, попробуем автомобиль, наверное, поискать. Какие-то следы были вроде. Еще... А интересно, а куда девочка пропала? Она здесь. А, вот она.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now.
You just out of the rain and into the gutter.
Math. It's really... Oh, I found something while... I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. It's just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices.
Давайте попробуем.
Because you know...
Блин, ну 28-то, конечно. Ну, конечно. 28 так сразу срабатывает. 73% все. Причем одиночная проверка. Ну ладно. Так, ты знаешь меня?
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time. You've been running around all week without your
Неделю ходите, сэр.
apologizing to everyone. Of course, you stopped by a few times. You said
В смысле лучше?
Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes,
I'm not surprised children have seen you running.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Oh baby, that's not what you have to worry about.
Сразу не сказала, что мы
I didn't know I
знакомы.
had to do that.
Спасибо.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Ну ладно, хоть так. Ну, опять же, это ничего не дало вообще. Тут есть книжка вот эта вот. Человеческие им дали. Ну ладно. Нам хотя бы наскрести на постой, тогда бы вот уже было нормально, уже можно было что-нибудь купить. Так прям не хочется рисковать. Да. Ну а где взять пакет? Где взять пакет? Господи. Опа. Там что, пакет плавает?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of...
There was a revitalization. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue.
Военная роскошь.
Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. We should have done something about the union.
Уже уплыл офицер. Пакет поискать. Просто что-нибудь поискать уже. Что тут у
A
нас?
bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind.
Похоже на нарушение строительных норм.
The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time after.
Wow. So someone's been a little... Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. Done and done. No actual...
Посмотрим. Белый траур. Служитель закона. Минус авторитет. Такое себе. Блин. Когда ты немного одинокий баклан. Просто.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Попробуем.
You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinez. Whether...
Там что-то сзади еще есть. Капец, я говорю, локации огромные просто. Учитывая... Ну, то есть сами локации могут быть не очень большие, но их наполнение делает их огромными. То есть я как бы считаю, что для такого прописанного мира, в принципе, здесь очень большие локации.
The streets will flow red once more. A great...
The streets will not flow red.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was... And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricities. Hatred, disgust. It's the woman on the boat.
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on...
Ozon is an archipelago. 2 days...
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her.
Понял.
She's a professional negotiator. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected question.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now.
Что ты делаешь с этим?
Tell, I'm paid. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? We rarely see pigs round here.
She wants it to be something true and tote.
This place is severely lacking. I thought I'd mix it up. You know, summon the... Yeah? Thanks.
She means you've lessened her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch.
Actually, there is a shop.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life... Watch your...
Ладно. Блин, ну в смысле? Не открывается.
A sturdy metal door guards the door rattles. The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door!
gentlemen, who?
From within comes the
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come. No. I already... Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone...
backyard door. There must be another entrance to the...
Madame,
There is no reply.
Дверь. Ладно. Посмотрим. Смотри, другие постройки. Так, это тюки какие-то. Вот здесь что-то есть. О, магний. На всякий случай возьмем. Я думаю, что мы уже не потеряем ХП. Ну, точнее, боевой дух. Блин. Да, логично.
Leans against the cabin top of her safe.
Good afternoon, Officer Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wildpine. Beaton, my maiden name. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're...
Relax. She meant it in...
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching.
That is good to hear, Madame. My colleague will take the lead.
There's a trace of irony.
How interesting. I wish you a... Why, yes, I am.
Да. Есть имя.
The boat? No, it is called Cordelati. It's a pleasure craft, a 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated my sloop. I like it.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to...
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet?
Кажется, здесь мало у кого есть свое судно.
We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get
Что вы имеете в виду?
We are on
Лакаю. Я думал, вы его шоли, да. А, ну понятно.
is on the island of Lacaille.
Как будто не было, не видел, что кто-то катался на яхте.
Actually, that motor carriage has been... It's for crossing long distances.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because you have the guns and the ammo. Take this class and feed.
Ладно, не, ладно, оставим вот. Хотя... Давайте.
The E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Вообще, да.
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a...
Then what does that say? Does it 33A? This old proletarian haunt here.
Давайте попробуем.
Your synapses.
Yeah. Как сыр. Ну да. Забавно, что я не вижу, как катался, как сыр в масле, да.
But point taken.
There is no shame in her voice. A touch of sadness? Yes.
Есть право на управление яхтой.
The crowns of her teeth are qualified pleasure craft operator.
Предъявите ваши права, пожалуйста. Да.
It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two. In the other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urge.
Actually, you don't. The Wayfarer Act.
Закон путника явным образом запрещает торговым требовать. Эх. Погоди-ка, то есть никто из полицейских не знает об этом законе, да? А, ну понятно, известно каждому школьнику. Да. Ладно.
About the boat.
Всех разобрались. Скажите, а Wildpine чем вы занимаетесь?
There was a touch of discomfort there.
Хорошо, чем же они
Pine's
занимаются?
core competency is logistics, and that is the terminal. Another sub.
The Wild Pines group is one of the original Revacholian Indo tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown...
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company.
A billion?
Ну, четвертое.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem a conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing,
Буду Wildpine с этим
there's an
миллиарда.
exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas. 250 years, centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is
Полагаю, наличие королевской монополии тоже поспособствовало.
Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have
Системе нужно в этом месте.
aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system, everything, right up to, but not including, trade secret. I believe the official title is Senior Labour...
And how are the talks?
They're not. That's... Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20, yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress.
And when did you?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
But the strike began in...
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Go...
This isn't the first...
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes, both times.
Ludicrous, even. It's meant.
Случилось
Claire told him to fuck off, midget.
Нахер грёбаный карлик.
Short of stature, you see.
Да, не очень получилось. Не забывайте-ка.
This is a negotiator
Работал
Mr. Clare has
ранее.
worked with before, and he was more than fair with him and the union.
Какие требования
There are
выдвигаются.
leaflets everywhere, and back every worker.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Похоже, не имеет ни малейшего понятия о том, как делаются дела.
Defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they king...
Ну, рабочие не могут быть королями, только король может быть
That may
королем.
well be. It's not up to me to decide. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their own decision. A hard-nosed... And now,
Ну да.
people are getting linked.
Excuse me, from...
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name...
This checks out.
Что-то щепенцев у ворот.
The scabs. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work if they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates?
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of
Дела у
the
этики.
utmost
Интерес
integrity.
рабочих
Of
превыше
course
всего.
not.
Враг любит взятки.
Fantastically corrupt.
Он,
I
конечно,
imagine
настолько
he
ужасен.
is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen,
понятно.
and I deal with men like him for a living. If
Брат-близнец
there is
Эдгар, что
anyone
их
more
еще и
venal,
двое.
yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see,
Прикольно.
with a funny little switcheroo.
Prикольная идея, кстати.
They've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
Что мы сказали про
The
профсоюз.
Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution, organized labor at its best, as they say. Then some
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate.
refreshingly honest officer. The company has tried. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask.
Профсоюзе
I'm a
Дебардио.
curious and talkative person, you see.
Банда социалистов.
Thank you for being candid. Sadly,
Wild
Wild Pines
Pines
have cooperated with what amounts to a crime
Волкниками все
syndicate
равно в
for
лес
2
смотрят,
decades.
да.
However much you
Произошла
feed
какая-то
the
история
wolf,
с
the
выборами.
wolf, I'm glad you asked. There was a
Вот она
woman.
пропала.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and
Возможно, ее
said
шантажировали.
the company suspect the point of the presentation is...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am.
Давайте, чё.
How else
Про
can I help?
самосуд, да.
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Of course, ma'am.
Блин!
And this is my colleague from prison.
Да, ну ладно, хорошо. Не держано тогда.
The conversation.
I see. So, are you saying
Кстати,
you lost your
приступа.
badge during the course of this episode?
Ну, скорее третья, да.
Can't hear you, darling.
Говорите же прямо.
Please.
Ничего, ну, первая, да.
She must have been.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be...
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I...
Блин, господи.
She should be
Ладно.
Of course, the situation is extreme.
Давайте
That's the man
татуировку.
who was killed. I'm afraid this is a
Вам что-то
discussion better
известно?
not tie the fourth day to the bat staleness.
She wants to answer the
Хочет ответить, но протокол не дает нам этого
protocol keeps
сделать.
her from it.
От одного человека, реальности, в которой мы находимся.
Yes, an experimental side case.
Просто скажите мне о реальности.
We have time for you to tell me why you need a
Беседа по
reality
реальности. Я
loader.
провожу личное расследование.
Truly curious.
Что изучение природы реальности в конечном единое целое с расследованием убийства. Ну да.
Are they now?
Неужели? Глубинная взаимосвязь.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Где мы?
We're in Martinez. Martinez is a district of Revachol. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. I'm not a good ambassador. This place used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it. It's not really a sea. Yes. We're on a...
Known to the early Revacholians as...
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine...
It is clear this have and to humanity at large.
I would be happy to. What is a These are unimportant times, detective.
Опоздали к чему?
For the big time.
Ну понятно.
The revolution.
Эволюция, да,
It's
понял.
quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our
Понятно,
species
да.
gets together
Кто
to
словил пулю головой?
be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in that. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves.
Это трагедия.
The Red Deluge. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Умный король, охрененно.
King Guillaume
No,
had a nose
Guillaume
for bad
был
PR.
Да, да.
He ran him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fat
Право на
liberals
недра,
got the mineral
либерал.
rights.
Так, и
And by mineral
под либералами вы подразумеваете...
Liberals are usually middle-class people,
Понятно.
Some were rich enough to stay with the constitution, with monarchy. They didn't win so much as
Просто
survive.
выжили.
We. She's one of them.
To foreign intervention, the coalition. Those
Кто
people, the
входит в
coalition of
коалицию?
nations. Grad, Mesk,
Ну
Vesper.
понял.
There is bitterness in her voice.
The moralists believe in keeping everything, at least not in the same manner and volume, as this is their zone of control. They embolden...
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not,
Что означает?
piece of grey sky.
Конечно, как
Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
Ну, не только технически,
The
практически,
devout
да.
man of the center.
Не часто встретишь.
Hard to come by. It's good to have
случился
some
этот
the turn of the
холодок.
century revolution. The revolution began in 02 on the east. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to... Why? You and I, officer. A city-state divided into free market zones.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated...
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication.
51 minus 8 equals...
Time flies. The
Занимались
20s
это
saw a
время.
decade of urban war, west of the river leveled. Offshore, the 30s. Things settled down in the 30s. No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. Welcome to reality, baby.
Понятно.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked
На
the
чьей
right.
стороне
They
был
picked the
Wild
winning
Pines?
side.
То есть
That's
мудрое
why
решение,
perhaps
да?
it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the king. I would have sided with the cannons. If you'd 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong, failed
Чтобы вы
the
изменили.
question,
Чтобы вы изменили.
what would you have done differently?
Трансвалил. Ну да.
You and everyone else. But that's got nothing to... They are what they are. Anyway,
Not so fast. Who is she in all this?
Скажите,
Ask her who she is. She owes you an
что
answer.
a
это?
bird?
Летающая птица?
Benefit? A
Yeah,
flightless
что
bird of
настолько
the polar regions?
Настолько
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible. Ah! This is... or two. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. Splat, splat.
You could be wrong.
Wonderful.
Что вы такое?
I am an...
She raises the corner of her mouth, smirking.
Dios mío. Либерал. Я говорю, прописано просто. Не понимаю, что ж такого ужасного.
I am another creature of the forbidden... We surrendered the nation to financier pirates. No sane person identified...
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth, self-satire,
Я прощаю вас.
and pride.
Да мне пофиг. Я даже не знаю, второе или четвертое. Четвертое, да мне
A
пофиг.
fitting punishment to be forgotten.
Так будет забыт. Помолитесь за
When
нас,
the
да.
dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed a law with due respect to our overlords, the Eternal. I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition.
She realizes her small...
Then for my daughters, we had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. Yes. I suppose I...
Seditious talk, man.
Умная женщина.
You're no dummy yourself.
Да, я тоже не дурак.
A smart boy getting smarter. Yes. Whatever else I am.
Я даже не знаю, можно попробовать,
And a
конечно.
wife.
Давайте попробуем. Может сработает. О, ну как обычно.
Junior officer, Chad. To his left, his partner, Emil. Yes, he lost his mind, Tilbrook answers. We always do.
You? You're an officer. Preciso mundo. Nothing more nor less.
Yes, we are the...
He's being sarcastic.
Yes. That means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is... The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the emergency...
Вот это полезная информация. Ну, она как бы и до этого, но этим хотя бы можно пользоваться частично, да. Закон путника, закон поддержки, закон торговли.
All three are good to know when we are out policing.
Короче, я просто слуга капитала, да? Ну, или третья, не, первая, да.
There's nothing basic about your role, detective. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol and they called it the international zone because no nation wanted to...
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition...
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me,
Спасибо.
and if those authorities drink so...
Можно концептуализацию бахнуть, а это что?
In the old lady rags.
Ну, да.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious... Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture.
Ну понял. Ну, типа как андеграундная культура, понятно.
She prefers a fantasy world. An infraculture with its own dress code. Young people who dye their hair all right?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the soup. Of course, no time for silly infracultures.
3%, ну да, логично.
Comes over you as you look at...
Glad to have been of assistance. Of course.
Ой, ладно, надо искать.
Clear you like the hard
Короче, mein Bruder. Чего, что за звуки?
Evening falls.
Клятву,
The vows
клятву,
of
кровь в
blood.
плоти.
Lower intestine. Fascism, Brota.
Что такое вообще фашизм?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut? Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane.
Либералы?
Yes. Women. Women. Men of word. You don't like them. They're insane. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important, but the stomach truth. You're having a stomach because you've said the hard things that others won't say.
Звучит очень плохо, да.
Okay, that sounds much better. You're going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota. There's a slow pain. It is one of betrayal.
Балдеж. Так, ну то есть мы упираемся... Так, во что мы вообще упираемся? Нам надо сходить туда. Так, во-первых, деньги. Во-первых, деньги. Во-вторых, надо сходить туда к чуваку, я так понимаю, с ним поговорить. Ну, удостоверение надо найти. Господи. Сегодня, слава богу. Так, новую ячейку. Мы можем ее разблокировать? А, очко навыков надо потратить. Ну, пока не будем.
A sturdy metal door. The door.
Stop banging on the police. Everyone knows the police. No. I'll go check the backyard door.
Двери на заднем дворе. Ну, сходим туда. Что делать? Может, девчонка поговорим? Ладно, понятно. Девчонка тоже разговаривать не хочет. Печаль. Печаль. О, магний. Хорошо.
Logic error. She's
Она
not
сейчас не
sleeping
спит.
right now.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me
Ты
out.
сейчас
Don't get
спишь?
fucking clever with me. Trying to sneak up on me again.
Замочить меня хочешь?
Trying to sneak up.
Ай, господи. На дерево. Оранжевая бомжовская шапка. Ну, почему бы нет? С подозрением смотришь на нее. Наполнение водой. Интересно, сюда как-то можно выйти или нет? Это только через эту дверь, которая заколочена. Ну, с курильщиком мы поболтаем. Тут как бы не сильно сложно.
There must be another way into the building.
You see a young man on.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Почему ты шепчешь?
There's no trouble. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarme.
It's the god of sick. Don't let him go. This could be your witness.
Может, сигареткой угостишь?
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Мне нужно
Absolution?
отпущение.
I don't know that brand. I'm not sure that's a good idea. As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Подскажешь,
My
как тебя
name?
звать?
That's definitely not his.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you.
What were you doing?
Oh,
Wait, is someone else investigating?
no, not you. Some more
Некто
muscular.
более
And when did you
мускулистый.
speak to this more...
Last week? I don't know. Look,
A downy blanket of white to cover
You didn't answer the question.
it was my Sunday for.
a Sunday friend. He doesn't reply. Gesturing, no.
I can
Давайте
tell.
еще
What were-
пораспрашиваем.
Is someone
No, not you two.
And
А,
when...
ну,
last
тут
week?
без разницы,
Да,
какой
you
вариант
didn't-
выбрать.
It was my.
a son? He doesn't reply.
No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Ну, попробуем. Почему нет?
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to. Listen, I really have.
Ah, there it goes.
Good luck with the investigation.
Что-то так ничего с него и не получили. Как-то печально. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Что-то пока с расследованием вообще никак.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits.
Сдаемся,
He
значит.
could be a witness. Him or his son. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier.
О, пакет, что ли?
A stone, like any other. Lying, there's a key beneath it. Rusty.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number. We'll just have to go in and see.
Нифига себе. Как легко-то оказалось. Что у нас? Очки. Так, чистящие средства. Ну, на балкон мы, наверное, пока не пойдем. как думаю, 3 размера. О, здесь бухло, магний, замечательно просто. Душа какая-то связь. Реалы, но маловато. Блин, надо еще аж 9 реалов где-то набрать. Блин, музыка вообще обалденная. Хоть на эти, на куда-нибудь себе ставь плейлист. Отдыхай под нее.
This door has been closed with a padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far.
Давайте попробуем. Блин, просто универсальные вещи.
It's been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps.
After you, detective.
After you, detective. Давайте попробуем. Патрон. Застрелиться разве что, не знаю. Нафига он тут еще нужен? Эволюционер.
A plaster cast bust depicts Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the grand side of the turn of the century revolution.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment.
Может, это этот парень и был как раз. Юный коммунар. Ох, нифига тут клад, блин, забалдеж. 5 реалов.
You hear someone walking around. The walking stops abruptly. A poor communard from the looks.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have...
It's generally easier.
Ну да, ну ладно, хоть так. 9 заперта. Вот здесь бабуля-уборщица, которая докопалась до нас. Привет.
Give me a moment. The cold never does that.
Порядки, бабуль.
I'm fine. Fine.
You're still worried.
Now, what do you...
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm no one. If you could...
Разве ж это жизнь? Наверху комнатушка рядом с угольным чуланом.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences.
Ask away. No one lives there. Impossible. I wouldn't. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. Oh, that one is... I think he studies astrology at the community. Something to do with all those stars around his door.
The lieutenant. Come on.
Понятно, да.
Try to...
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She leaves an old lady to her business.
She mumbles some kind of a...
Yes, yes. I know who you mean.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying.
What's he in trouble for?
No.
Talk?
What was so funny?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of the...
Thank you. We should go check out his...
Блин, такое чувство, что вот зашел реально в дом в Новокузнецке, вот просто вот, блять, вот. Я уверен, если по квартирам походить, будет то же самое. Квартира 8. Так. Это, я так понимаю, на улицу вот эта дверь. А, нет, это тоже балкон. А это выход туда. Решение. Пробил стену.
What happened here?
Банк не может опечатать квартиру, которая дыра
It
в
will
стене.
still be accessible through the apartment next to it. Indeed.
Давайте. Ну, не то, чтобы тут дофига осталось, я скажу. Ну, хоть что-то. Скорее всего, мы должны были сюда идти изначально, просто я что-то шарохаюсь, где попало. Да блин, ну реально интересно просто, как сказать. Интересный мир. Прям хочется его исследовать. Походить везде, поспрашивать. Так, Это же 10-я, да, по-моему,
You
была?
hear someone walking around.
Excuse me?
You have plenty of
Yeah,
reasons.
множество причин, чтобы не зайти.
Oh, come on!
Well, that was smart.
Ловко. Ну еще бы. Военные тут. Сейчас зайдем. Ботинки. Так, секунду. Error. Это типа проблема локализации. Похоже, какая-то. Короче, близко таблеток.
Satisfied? My name is
Hey,
Ariel
Elder.
Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty.
Boy, there are a lot of... Her voice is really chill.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not?
Почему бы и
Want to
нет?
see my residence permit too?
Смотреть.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of
Похоже, что
Control
всех
written
милая
under
стрижка.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Что
I
вы
need to
здесь
be back.
делаете?
I need to
А,
get
ну,
it ready
понятно.
for the next lease, but as you
Поразительно,
can
кто здесь
see,
жил.
it was some kind of a moribund.
A sudden serious look.
But that was months ago. Anyway, oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant, and again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can.
So preppy. She's probably on some low...
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff.
The sum must have been puny.
Так, я, похоже, тоже потерял деньги. Задолжал такси.
These
Ну да, скорее
apartments are
второе.
perfectly fine. They have, I'll tell you, Martinez has, well, it does not disappear from my hands.
Ох, не простите,
No,
а? С стеной
don't
что
ask me
случилось?
what happened with the wall. I have no, both apartments are now unrentable. Both, of course.
Что там? К ногам. Ох, нифига себе. Балдеж.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
На 4-е.
Yes. Well,
Your statements are too
Их
vague.
никак не прокомментируешь. На как их
What's this?
прокомментируешь?
We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere.
Потому что в политических беседах всегда убираю ничего из перечисленного, да?
But it's time to become a citizen of the...
Скажите, где-то королевство совести.
It is a moment in time.
Как же добиться всяких обстоятельств.
Yawn. You'd get there. History's greatest catastrophe. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability.
Ладно, ну вообще, на что оно похоже?
Partly because humanity will need to discard. It's also post-industrial.
Звучит шикарно.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for revolution.
Давайте посмотрим, что она там дает. -2 сумрака. Смысл вообще? Она, хотя, может где-то и пригодится. Просто я не в курсе. Так, вот мне интересно, вот очки навыков, может их уже тратить пора потихонечку-то. Ну, вот это что-то как-то... Судя по всему, хотя, может и нет. Ну ладно, на всякий случай восприятие вложим, чтобы было. Так, значит, нам нужен парень.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white. The star and antlers was developed in even today, half a century after. The star and antlers retains the to symbolize the top. Also, the wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society because white is the color of peace. You see noble aims, but also the price of idealism.
Так. Блин, было бы круто, если бы здесь была какая-то хата, где можно было бы жить, и мы бы деньги экономили. Потому что реалов и так, скажем так, не очень много. И к тому же мне надо еще минимум 2 реала, 2,5, чтобы тут не отлететь до конца дня. Ну, это точно не то. Наблюдает изнутри. Так. Эй, надо подняться туда. Просто дверь. есть надо наверх тогда чесать.
This door is made of metal and a number 28.
Let's see if anyone...
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here?
Damn. Turns out it's... Remember.
Ну ладно. Ну еще здесь походим, я думаю, почему бы нет. А как туда попасть? Я не понял. Что я не вижу. Какая из дверей не активна? Вообще ничего не понятно. Как туда вообще пробраться-то? Ну, там еще какой-то выход был. С другой стороны. Может, получится что-то. А тут я не помню, смотрел или нет. 16 дней холодного апреля.
In your hands, you hold. Indeed, the book, you flip through the book. Real art is dense and difficult. If it did the back cover, she can't be much older than a myth. In cold, detached to prose, the author described the Yugo-Grad riots took place from 27 to 20. Fueled by as ethnic tensions run wild, it would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Почитать еще 10 страниц.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to... He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka polyfabric. She spends the next several decades, the memory of their short time spent together, tortured as life leaves their remains between them.
Ладно. Почитали так почитали. К сожалению, пришлось потратить предмет. Чего я не хотел делать. Ну, кстати, может, и с этой девочкой поболтаем поближе.
The piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think.
Ага, мы эволюционировали.
That smell coming from her paint bucket.
Конечно, могу.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive...
What did you think I was using? Aquarelle?
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Объявление настоящего художника.
Yeah, piggy boo.
Господи.
Hello again.
Вот и денежки. Ой, там кто-то живет. Ну, легко сказать. Скажем так. Ух ты. Подсобка какая-то. Городские крысы. Крысы очень хорошие существа, между прочим. Электрохимия, скорость реакции. Взять можно. Очень приятные питомцы домашние, если их немного. Кто-то спал недавно, Синди. Ну да. Логично, в принципе. Что это ее хата здесь?
Hello again, officer.
Спишь ночевание.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Не самое лучшее место, конечно.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Yes. I keep hoping a shot. Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, piggy. It's what you...
Блин, почему нашего детектива никто не может никуда взять, блин? Типа, платить по 20 реалов, это просто жесть. Их же искать надо, они же типа не падают вот так вот просто. Не пойми откуда. Тут можно и мышкой бегать, но неудобно вообще, абсолютно.
There, working class drunk, cracked it. all in a good day's work.
Погоди, ты о чем? Что еще?
What do you mean? What did I crack? Look at how working class that. Yes. And you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry and there's no need for champagne when there's on.
Давайте сходим, расскажем. Почему бы нет?
God damn it, I already told you. My husband, and I specifically added that. Very well then. Where is he? Excuse me?
There's something else hiding in it.
Right, cause working class.
Remember, about that what? Never ever say what.
You were right.
Ah, blam. Knew it.
Он тоже пропал.
Maybe he is. I don't
Дружками
know.
выпивает.
I haven't seen him for.
There. She's worried now.
I wouldn't be so sure, man. Just to
Report what? He's just out drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than to chase down local.
She sighs.
All right, go ahead. Honestly, not that different from you. Oh, thank God, no. Well, he's. What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a.
It's his cool jacket. God.
Who cares about the cold when you have your...
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you? Well, what can you do?
She's thinking about him out in the cold.
Yesterday morning, he went to the library because we talked about this. We talked about.
Gone for around 36 hours. She turns away from you.
So you are going to look for him. Thank you. Please do.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsura?
I will, of course, officer. As I said, it's
Балдеж вообще. О, мусорка. А что, мы ее не осмотрели, что ли?
The dented yellow mailbox greet.
Господи.
There is a hollow ring as you kick the... Your toe has suffered damage.
Cool. You really...
He does not actually think it's cool. If anything, the lieutenant feels sorry for the mailbox. The lieutenant dodged the bullet there. He must...
Господи.
Bent metal. You are the destroyer. The bane of inanimate matter.
Скорее, да. Скорее второе.
Look, there's a discarded milk carton on the floor. Why don't you destroy that, too? You're right. That's definitely...
Ай, господи. Ну что, пойти к тому чуваку? Или еще визуалом заняться? У нас всего по минимуму. Пойдемте туда, наверное. Потом можно сбежать вечером от Кицураги, попробовать этих чуваков попросить. На кухне. Может, здесь как-то можно пройти, нет? По-моему, там удостоверение валяется наверху. Как раз. Ладно, сейчас с этим товарищем договоримся. Надеюсь.
Ask what kind of races there are first.
Do you?
Это для дела.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's Elysium.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polycultural. There are 3 categories of race.
Так, героические, сервильные типы ВЕ, отвратительный расовый котел педерастии. Ну, давайте расовый котел педерастии, пожалуйста. А, ну...
I mean, other.
Yes.
Ладно, логично, давайте, да. Семениться.
Areopagite and the Occidentals. A receding genetic pool has led them out on reprehensible street parades. In Mound City, you know them by the names of their nations.
Mound is a derogative term for first world people of Godvaldian descent. They do not all, in some municipalities of
the Mound are proof that you can have too much Occidental
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good...
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into the rain, as proven by the Mound and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retrograde. The indigenous people of this, the Insulindia, the Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran Desert.
Wait, didn't Ilmaran Desert Pygmies invent alcohol and get...
No, those were scimitar-wielding race losers of Sahara.
Jean, baby, you're on
I know, babe. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful. The latter is perfected and adapted. They are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Часть et al. Are what you...
Yes, to an untrained eye, Khoiko, pinkness is a racial quality that has been earned through centuries of advance. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Тебе не нравится национальное государство?
They are micros.
Ну да, я понял, да.
Super state. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simony. The Vasholians, halfway between type A and the racial.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history?
Я точно знаю, что...
Of what is happening. But that's...
Я точно знаю, что наша история не такая длинная.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair. The revolution came to Ravashol from Grad, in Sarah's written potato cards. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. I read enough of Tibet. Tips CF are a museum of chimeric experiments and tragic lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a mesk. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Ну да.
You are right. You have, then there is the Simino Koiki Kaimir. The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet this will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have, but enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Tipset. You understand nothing. To solve the great
Даже не облёг тайну в слова, не говоря о том, чтобы уже раскрыть ее. Как не облечь тайну в слова?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today.
Ясность не приходит немедленно.
This clarity does not... I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. There is nothing funky about... I cannot possibly imagine.
Блин, мы еще и с ним не разобрались. Господи. Какой трындец. Сходить еще труп, что ли, осмотреть? Это вообще жесть какая-то. Ужас, 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 ужас. Здравствуйте. Ой, и с этой ничего не сделали. Давайте попробуем. Что теперь поделать? Интересно, у меня есть дебаф на грубую силу или нет? Да нет, у меня только бафы с этой... с белой майки, и, по-моему, все. Больше ничего нет. В грубую силу я точно не упарывался. Это какой какой-то вообще залет полный. Полный залет, господа. Все, что можно сказать по этому поводу.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Ну опять что ли?
You touch the dead man.
It'll come to you sooner or later.
58. 58%. 50 гребаных 8%. Это, ну я не знаю, это уже не смешно, реально просто. О. Интересно, что мы раньше не нашли это. Хотя бы есть теперь где ночевать. Можно попробовать следы изучить автомобильные. Ёлки-палки, вообще трындец какой-то. Мне похер. Ну, это да, это да. Это может быть, очень может быть.
Vigilance officer? Ah, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
A superpower, feared and respected, decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something Revachol would be a different place if...
Don't get started on that again. The carabiner doesn't reply.
Right.
Ой, господи.
The worn and beaten.
We can sit on.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to.
Хотя бы Эллен скребли уже хорошо. Следующий день сможем начать. Гуманитарная помощь. Этого персонажа, по-моему, не было.
There are clothes and
Don't be shy. These are premium class.
save the economy. That's
Спасать экономику, о чем?
Heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious.
Экономику
Look
нужно
around,
спасать.
officer. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Ну, послушай, я просто хочу купить одежду.
You find your hands deep into the box smells like
Economical, but also trendy. Look,
something cold grazes your hand.
good choice, officer.
Ветровка.
And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Смысла нет. И так денег нет.
You see the name.
Happy shopping. Everything's cool. You're very cool.
Серьезно считаешь, что я крутой?
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Only the
Продаешь.
coolest goods in Revachol. I'm an entrepreneur, officer. I've got good joke, officer.
You glance around the decrepit.
It's beautiful.
It is, yes.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this is hyper cool. No need for discounts at seal.
But did he first mark them up 100?
My man, you know how the game is played. Anything for you. You mean these delicious...
No hassle. There's a little of a hassle here, it appears.
Ну да, первое.
Hassle.
No problem here, officer. Oh, he's a good guy.
Interesting.
We'll need more if we're going to pin this one down, he thinks.
Me? It's a boring story.
This man probably comes from Seagull, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, calls to mind an era when the Seagull archipelago was colonized.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined history.
Странный дрова стал не Ревашоля.
If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics.
Попробуем.
Start with a little compliment.
Oh, okay. An investment? What kind of investment?
Я не стану конфисковать гуманитарную помощь, которую ты продаешь.
Ha! That!
Будьте благоразумны. 10 реалов.
Sounds like a fair deal all around.
Corruption.
It's just like bus or seagull.
Да. Хоть так, хоть так.
There's a pile of...
You like sunglasses, officer?
These are all... Those UV stickers are almost certain.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material.
Nola.
Ладно, логично.
That visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes. while you're shooting?
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square. No problem.
Abort.
Damn, officer. You look like a...
They're perfect for concealing your blood. It's going to be very difficult for anyone.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you.
Темные очки саморазрушения. Здесь вроде ничего нет. Ну, хотя бы денежками разжились. Плохо. Опять трындец какой-то. Перчатки, электрохимия. Мужик какой-то. О, еще хп. Нормально. А, это ломбард, господи. Совсем это. Да темно было, нифига не видно.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. You pull the lever all the way, nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the... Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality?
G'day to you, off.
A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an...
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially, it's supposed to operate the water lock, but safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great! Just drop in on Wednesday.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market. Yeah, not really much else. Sure thing.
It is salty.
Okay.
It is savory. It is...
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Ну, вроде бы нормально пообщались, чё? Ой, ну что делать-то? Вот чё вопрос. Вот чё вопрос. Остались очки навыков, еще нет. Одно очко навыков всего. Печаль какая-то. Печаль. Здесь нет прохода. Здесь тоже нет прохода. Так, ну... Копение, риторика, конспирация. Включается загадка раз. Да, найдите мужа пролетарки. Курильщик на балконе. После 9. Ну, технически, конечно. Можно после 9 сходить. Странные двери. Вот я не пойму, вот спросите Гарта, что он знает. Но я же спрашивал его, по-моему. Точнее, я все реплики, кажется, перебирал. Какие можно. Уже 3-й раз я к нему подхожу, или 4-й. Потому что я что-то не понимаю. Ну, в идеале, конечно, найти место, где можно постоянно спокойно отдыхать. Без всяких проблем.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Ладно. О, деньги, реалы. Реалы. Посмотрел.
Can I help you?
Got the 20 real.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, another thing. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix. Who told you that?
No.
Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wire. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know. So Yes? Another thing. Oh yes, that door. No, I don't have a key. Or some boring story.
He's attempting to maintain an air of he looks at the dust on his
Ну вот, видите, нельзя его опросить о вещах. Может, потому что мы уже там, по сути, как бы выяснили это все, я не знаю.
You see a heavy steel door with the door does the cobalt, old cobalt. It leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The
Фиг его знает. У нас вроде бы еще много времени, но при этом ничего сделать мы не можем.
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant, he doesn't like.
Ладно. Как будто бы ничего сделать нельзя. Может, с Кисураги поговорить? Может, у него что-то появилось?
Yes?
Нет, ладно. Ничего. Ой-ой-ой. Что такое-то? Может, реально на силу воли потратить 1 очко хотя бы, если можно. Последнее. Это прям кошмар какой-то, да? Как не проверка, так все это уходит. Может, у этого товарища в ломбарде есть нормальная монтировка. Хотя бы. Туда можно как-то спуститься? О, можно. Там что, пакет? О, там пакет, кажется. Посмотрел пакет. Пакет, Господи, да. Вот надо было, конечно, в глаза долбиться. Блин, Кицураги, не мешай. Пиздец какой-то. Ужасно. Мешает капитально. Просто не вижу вообще вариантов. Никаких других.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah.
Ну да.
Why must we stop?
Логично. Ой, ладно. Здесь ничего. А, там вот была заколоченная дверь. Вот это надо, да, надо сюда подойти. И всего. Попытаться хотя бы, может, с Куна поболтать. Один фиг, что-то надо делать. Это просто смешно уже. Ой, еще. Блин, так-то можно наскрести. Немножечко. Понемножку, помаленьку можно наскрести бутылок. Хотя это, ну, максимум, мне кажется, 1 день какой-нибудь. Не более того. Сколько там получилось. Или здесь нету ничего. Нет, здесь, походу, нет ничего. По поводу. Да не знаю, вот больше всего напрягают такие вот затычки в играх, типа... Что уже не совсем понятно, что и делать-то. Вроде бы вроде бы всех поопрашивали. Ради интереса можно, кстати, книгу купить, вот эту вот, которую я тут нашел.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks, featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all.
It is a bestseller for.
Сейчас попробуем.
The edges of the page, the jacket copy proclaims, Man from Heimdall returns. He is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud. You open the book to a random page. His arms whirling like, good God, this is some retrograde. You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin. His golden neck, the steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the a passage reads, The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of I have grand plans for you, Man from Heimdall. She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions. In the final pages, Man from Heimdall mounts Galavar. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up.
Ай, ну хоть так.
Advanced Race Theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright.
Риторика. Ну, хоть что-то, это, в принципе, полезно, наверное. Так, ну, то есть, получается, если с расовой теорией этой закончено, мы можем, в принципе, бежать туда, к товарищу. С ним разбираться уже.
The dented yellow.
Так. Интересно, ну ящик же не просто так стоит. Ну, я так думаю, что не просто так. Пойдем поболтаем с этим, с громилой. Может, все-таки что-то получится еще. Ну, потом, очевидно, с тем курягой надо поболтать. А уже после. Так, давай. Хуйня это все. Ай. Ну, не знаю, возможно, шестое. Шокирует людей, либералов и прогрессивистов. Придумка богачей. Второе.
Look, babe. The meaning of law is also
so
the basic race education he received in high school has led him to think his file basic racist. I take pity on you.
Это все, что я хотел.
You make it.
Finally.
Хотя бы так, хотя бы так. Так, все, я могу проходить. Или куда? Или сюда я не могу проходить. Как это работает? Или в эту дверь я могу пройти. Теперь... А, все, понятно. Понятно. Материализма. Нет, туда не пойдем пока.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your fingers run over the dial pad, calling, still
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. You're an 8 and 10 millimeter.
The voice of a youngster.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental.
Ты меня знаешь?
No.
Для меня.
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend? If you need any further assistance, you can visit us on the corner of Voyager and Main.
He thinks you're pulling. The call is terminated.
Потом зайдем, может, узнаем.
On second glance,
it's unfortunate.
Let's see what's inside. The drawer opens smooth. Hundreds of documents containing and the same materials being handed over to. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities.
Давайте, ну 40%, конечно, да.
Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp,
Да.
but now only vague letters float before your eyes, less meaningful. But aesthetically, you're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus.
Is that what you're doing with those photos of it? Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. We're not investigating.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry.
Господи.
The draws.
Я уже привык. Пиздец какой-то. 50% проверки. 58. Демократия. О, тема. Визуальный анализ. Блин, может все-таки попробовать еще, если очки остались. А, ну здесь я уже не качну его никак. Уже предел. Интересно, может у меня есть какие-то предметы, которые силу воли повышают. Без одежды. Что-то вообще, что-то полезное. Похоже, что нет. Ну ладно.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on.
Yes, it was probably you. The service cloak issued to you by your...
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, I will shield you from the elements.
Это наша одежда, получается, что ли? Полицейская волна трепета. Что он заменяет? Он сверху идет. А, ну да. Надо оставить. Здесь куда-то как-то еще можно пройти. Здесь погуляем.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Marsh. On. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Логично. Может быть, какой-то дополнительный путь откроется даже.
And with the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the moving this container.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit.
Попробуем еще, посмотрим. Реал, это хорошо. Это тоже. Войти в контейнер. Кажется, необычный контейнер.
Is this like your thing with that wall? You do? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Может быть, в нем контрабанда.
But we are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the...
You attempt to turn to your left. The lieutenant considers your no reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Дверь открыта. Ну, можно, конечно. Что там еще? А, нет, это минус. Ай, господи, убеди, дверь откроется. Так, ладно, походим пока еще. Еще денежки. Работы не ведутся. Странно, мы же вроде никак не открыли этот контейнер. Еще реалы. Еще реалы. Бутылки, о, бутылки, но это... Бутылки, это да, бутылки, это я скажу. Полезная вещь.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red.
The lyrics to this the accent is so thick, it's impossible not to note it.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, Everard, Everard, Everard.
The look in its deep blue eyes is as sincere.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks, it's just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got... People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals.
Thank you for clarifying.
I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to...
The containers in the yard are green. It's like some red infection. There appear to be cisterns underneath the unit.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the debarders unit.
No, not really. Miss Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Oh, I don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scab. We're on a strike. The whole union is.
So no one is...
Not everyone is down there, of course. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett sent them on a nice vacation. I'm not really supposed to... Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight. I guess the boy got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boy, but Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys. Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man. When actually, Miss Beaufort is...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those dudes. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running. Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool.
He respects that.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood.
For a fraction of it.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be Dr. Lemaitre said so. And
law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off.
Oh, that one. That should be empty.
Told you.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? These guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Oh, Mr. Everett is usually in his office, of course. But you gotta be quick if you want to see him. He leaves around 10 p.m. Bye-bye now.
Ну то есть здесь, да? Мы все-таки сюда пришли. Ну ладно, окей. Почему нет? Да, конечно. С пакетами. С пакетом, блядь. Ну а что делать? С поддона. Идет вверх. О, нифига у него тут офис-то. Нормально. Лесенка. Чётенько все.
Before you is a wall. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his...
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. You two to stop by. I'm Everett Clare. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents...
He looks extremely comfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Ладно, присядем.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man.
Сохранять серьезность.
So tell me, how can...
The chair you're sitting on has...
Господи.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a...
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Не брать чек. Как вы знаете,
Yes,
Гарта.
I know, Lawrence.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Okay. I respect a man. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter.
His slug-like lips. The world is swallowed by a black hole.
Господи, нет.
Only 2 words escape.
Зря, наверное. Или нет? Я не знаю.
Lost. And when he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
I know everything, Harry. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least...
Officer, we will deal with...
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking.
Не собираюсь я плакать.
Mr. Dubois.
What is this?
Да господи! Ну это трындец какой-то вообще.
Mr. Dubois. Mr. Dubois. Harry.
Не в себя там безопасно.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow. In a kind of throw-in motion. Like you're throwing that...
О, да, чувак мне просто... Ну, блять. Ну, вот эти, да.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry.
Okay, enough. We are...
Quick, here's your window.
Начинаю задавать вопросы, полицейские вопросы.
Police officer questions.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions... Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's... But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging.
Yes, that sounds...
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea.
Машина под открывание дверей.
If you...
Come now. I just need you to go open a...
An excellent opportunity presents itself.
Доверил, что сам завоюем, прикинувшись, как будто за него играем.
Pretend to play.
И почему бы и чья это дверь?
It's just a weasel.
Почему вам самому не открыть эту дверь?
And more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary...
You want to send someone a message.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Что вы имеете в виду?
Blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is... Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call fantastic, my friend. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations, hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything.
Нет, нет, так просто не пойдет.
Oh, that's very nice. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martin Ace. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends.
Что случилось с предыдущим переговорщиком?
Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend time. I have little people in my organization. Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're vanished. Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little...
This particular brand of... If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression. Or demeanor now.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course.
His expression makes it clear. This is...
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Of course, Harry. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I might tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it?
Of course. Let us
That's what the hanged corpse called you.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you...
I think the odds of that
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong.
Words flow. I guess word has already reached it. It's just a brown folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some...
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind?
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you. Do some... As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau.
He got the name from the Census Bureau. And
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like...
That means he does a pity. The mystery of...
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Mr. race pupil.
Не стал никаким последователем. Услышал некоторые его мысли, да.
No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry.
Не, ну в принципе логично. Ну как-то ж надо было пройти, если грубой силой не пройти.
Will never leave anyway. I assure you, I am a... Yes, your lost gun. My best... Your gun will be found.
The only way to find it seems to be working with
Уже в заложниках. Погоди, он может держать пистолет? Могли выкупить из ломбарда.
Yes. Thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun. Now, please, let the professionals do their job.
Ну понятно.
Kick back, Harry. Relax. I have great guys on this. Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding.
of course, I understand. We help you.
Понятно.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Отлично, не хотелось бы здесь застрять.
You're one of us now. A real...
Ой, ну что, я думаю, еще до следующего все-таки автосейва пройти. А здесь можно? О, здесь можно сохраняться. Ну ничего страшного, тогда еще немножко поиграем. Я еще вроде бы настроен. Тем более, что и сюжет начал как-то двигаться, хотя бы чуть-чуть. Немножечку. Ну, конечно. Скажу тут. Ничего только не происходит к этому времени. 1000 событий. Хотя мы немножко пробуксовали, но пока вроде бы все работает как надо.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you... Why are you even trying to open it?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get feel.
Мне что-то подсказывает, что там дети в этом контейнере. Я, конечно, не уверен. Ну, потому что тот же Куна, там девчонка, они, ну, не здешнего происхождения, скорее какие-то финны там. Финны, шведы. Вот, и я думаю, что дело именно в этом. Мне туда как-то подняться бы наверх. Ну, в смысле, именно на крышу подняться. Здесь еще можно было пройтись. Бутылки. Очки. Ой, господи, здесь так много бутылок, но... Очень неудобно. Но прожить получится. Сколько-то.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the...
If you must.
But nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and they're sparse. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out. Rene looks like he's about to smile.
Why did you take that picture of Rene? You're really interested in that old soldier.
This is the night.
Как же на крышу-то попасть? Я не понимаю. Там бутылки. Все на свете. Но я не вижу никаких лестниц. Вообще ничего. Будто бы это надо с другой стороны сделать. Так, ну у нас там еще, по-моему... А, ну тут только сила воли, да, работала. Ладно, может потом получится подойти. Как-нибудь, когда-нибудь. как будто с крыши делается. Будто бы.
So, you've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man.
Очень мило.
On the path lead. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. What a thought. Why would noble workers risk your dead guy? Was an enemy combat? He was an agent of the opposition. But I ain't the murdering type. But that's just me. Large organization.
He's not lying.
Understood. This has been...
No problem. I wish the best to you. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I'm not so sure about that. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse.
Подвал за теплицей.
That's all I know. Our organization is compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other.
Okay, but where did...
The janitor gave it to me.
Его уборщик дал.
We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about...
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know.
Los Ardis? They're an independent... They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that.
No.
Except it's Everard's law. We're negotiating our... Aye.
However,
right now we want...
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've made it. Village chief.
By that, you mean?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a... The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it.
Остался довольно роскошно, мягко говоря. Умеренный любитель, да уж.
Besides, there are no non-corrupt...
This man has political theory.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something, even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. Sure, I've had the necessary free time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures... It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scams, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. No, the man sits on the railing.
Хорошо. Пора бежать. Так. Господи, легче не становится, честно скажу. Легче абсолютно не становится. Квестов просто миллион. Не знаю, мало ли. Может, появится о чем говорить? Нет, вряд ли. Так. Есть та дверь. Получается, которая... Опа. Какая-то девушка. На балконе. И туда как попасть? Вообще балдеж просто. Это не эта дверь?
An inconspicuous pile of the roof.
А, нет, мы сюда так и не дошли. Что это?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roof because there's a secret door hidden. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Давайте проверим, что тут сделаешь. Особо-то. Какие еще варианты могут быть?
Be still, my
амфетамин. А, господи. Ну вообще обычно амфетамин белый. Вот, но тут он, если он не очень чистый, когда он желтый. Я не думал это принимать.
No, I'm just a regular.
Полиция стоит мешаться, может не стоит.
See that ladder there? It's probably another.
Секретный проход, которым пользуется мальчишка. Лаборатория. А, вот выход на крышу как раз. Тот самый. котором я и думал все это время. Проем справа валится. Так, ну чё, надо наверх бежать, очевидно. О, еще хпшки. Вот хпшек много, а вот боевой дух тратится гораздо быстрее. Эх, нету вообще ни намека на удостоверение, ни намека на пистолет. Кошмар какой-то. Как будто бы все впустую по итогу. Можно еще туда сходить. К этому курильщику. Может, здесь еще есть проход. Здесь есть проход? Понятно. Ну ладно. Может, с Куной еще разок попробовать пообщаться. Так, ну вообще нам вот та дверь нужна, которая вот та, судя по всему. Странно, что мы эту не нашли. Точнее, я про нее вообще что-то забыл. Столько беготни. Отодвинул листы, Куна. Тема со свиной головой, а? Ну да, логично.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. What is this? Fuck you, shit, back to normal.
Well played.
Никто не ждал, что замагнала Куна.
Don't you know?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
You're not getting this pig. It completely takes away the hangover.
Ну, кстати, есть такое, люди употребляют магний, ну, потому что стимуляторы умывают кальций, магний. Ну, как сказать, такое по отзывам все-таки.
Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. The fuck do you want with it?
Ну, давайте, пожалуйста, давайте. Так, господи, опять 58, господи. Да задолбало, блин. Ты швыряешься ко мне. Помочь вывести убийцу.
No, Kuno, ease off, see. Kuno.
He'd rather die than work with the justice.
Блин, это вообще трындец какой-то. Вот просто 58 долбанных процентов. 58. Почему? Почему нет?
The trash container. The smell of rotten food rises to
Мало ли.
You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and
может получится, скажем так. Не, ничего не появилось. 58%. 58. Это один из небольших вариантов, с которым я вообще мог что-то с Куна сделать. Вот. Я вообще даже не знал, что эта лачуга там с ним как-то связана. В принципе, мы могли туда как-то через нее что-то сделать, но в итоге все как обычно. Можно в ломбард сходить, в принципе. Ну, попробуем пока с приказами Эврара разобраться, я так думаю. Мусорка же неактивная была, по-моему. Сработало. Еще кое-чего. Так, а дверь вроде бы та, да, получается? Нет. Или да? Да-да-да. Хотим тебя завалить, не можем просто.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The leather upholstery is worn and rough. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around. You try to be as silent as you. Finally, the door unlocks. The sound of the key turning still echoes. There might be as you hold the open door.
Пойдем. Мне абсолютно пофиг на то, что мне сказали не заходить. Вообще, да. До одного места. Честно говоря.
This is the flag of Revachol. This isn't just one sun, but there are little... It's an optical, atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the... By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The lieutenant does not... It is not my flag. He... A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amid a little ring. Though cheerful, there's something disdainful in the images betray a lack of... The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities, of course. And so the lieutenant picks up...
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, your broken mug...
There's the missing tin soldier.
Ну да.
What? And now they've drawn the ire.
An interesting little clue. Let's see, perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here. A row of mugs sits on the shelf.
Ну, вроде бы все здесь забрали. Вот если бы у меня было как-то побольше всяких штук, можно было бы еще спуститься к трупу. Я уж хочу его осмотреть, господи, прости, это уже просто мем какой-то. Так. Сейчас попытаемся еще к этому курильщику забраться.
This door is made no one answers.
We should return tomorrow.
Завтра в 9. Ну то есть еще даже не сегодня. А завтра... Так, ну так как день заканчивается, в принципе, можно уже пойти туда, в дом. Ну до ломбарда можно дойти. Просто по-любому Куна что-то знает. Мы не можем расколоть этого пацана уже 10 тысяч раз, 10 тысяч попыток. Может, конечно, надо было подождать, ничего не вкачивать, и потом уже к нему пойти. Можно попытаться к чуваку из ломбарда сейчас забежать, если он что-нибудь скажет. Да, с ним пообщаться насчет пистолета.
Hello. Sure thing. Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday. Look, they went their way. It was a...
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying.
You were, and I don't like...
He's not telling you the whole story.
You weren't quite... You were very distraught. You said the guy... When I said that I don't normally buy fire...
Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape.
15 rand.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and this has got to be the... There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
No apologies necessary, officer. She did truth be...
Right, so...
Может, что-то все-таки появилось.
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
It's possible in this part.
Sure, man.
Ладно. Скорее всего, блин, ну тут уже довольно сложно делать догадки, кто мог быть кем. Что каждый раз появляется что-то новое. Они все связаны практически, все персонажи со всеми. Как бы точно сделать вывод довольно трудно.
Yes?
Господи, Кицураги, мне банка нужна. Дайте банку взять, пожалуйста. Стоялы халявные лежат на полу. Так, ну что же. Попробуем сдать бутылки, зайти в танцы и тряпки. Курильщика пока не подловить никак. С Куном мы тоже обосрались. Да это вообще жесть какая-то.
The tear machines. Your bottles clunk into the
Реала, ну...
Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
Такое. Можно сказать, ничего не получили практически. Так, ну ребята здесь так и сидят.
I've got nothing to say to you. I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eye.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to...
Конечно.
Looks
Общение не
like the
задается.
circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Ну, ладно, авторитет.
Again.
Good one,
Ладно. Арестовывать его не надо. Тут из нас сделают очередного чувака, который болтается на дереве на том же самом. Еще дверь.
You see a heavy...
Нет. Точно нет.
Can I help you?
Бутылки можно уже прям в баре собирать. Очень удобно. Ничего не скажешь. Технически можно спровадить Кицураги, конечно. Наверное. Да или нет?
Yes.
Та женщина на балконе наверху. Как туда попасть? Вот туда. Интересно, интересно. Тем не менее, мы не можем этого сделать. Вроде как. Увидимся утром. А, все, типа он сливается.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Ну, я все-таки схожу еще куда.
The door is...
Поболтаем. Поболтаем. Можно опять с Куна поболтать. Как туда попасть? Просто я не пойму. Как-то же туда можно попасть, правильно? Потому что так не делается. Просто.
There are 8. You won't get far without a lieutenant here to bounce thoughts off of. Where could he...
Ну ладно. Попробуем потрындеть.
Does Kuno care?
Нет, ладно. Понял.
Kuno does...
Не пойдет.
I'll die before I...
Чё, уровень? Да уж непонятно уж, куда их тратить-то, все эти навыки. Пытаемся. Интересно, она тут сидит или нет? Да, она тут сидит.
The woman still no response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to no response.
А, ну блин, ладно. Я надеялся, что все-таки сработает. Что еще сделать можно? Да, наверное, ничего. Все закончилось по факту. Скажите, врагу, что открыли дверь. Ну, можно пойти. Поднять авторитет. На следующий день. Как? Почему я не могу этого сделать? Почему я не могу этого сделать? Руки. Под караоке. Ну, в принципе, можно сказать, что как бы все, что могли, наверное, мы сделали на этот день. Лучше подождать следующий. Видимо. Начать потом. Больше ничего в голову не приходит. В общем-то. Больше ничего в голову не приходит. Просто я боюсь, что все может поменяться опять. А, того парня тоже нет.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes.
Ни о чем нельзя поговорить. Вообще балдеж. Что надо. Если интересно попробовать болторез, может взять. Все-таки оторвать это зеркало, может что-то даст. Здесь, я говорю, здесь очень неочевидные связи одного с другим. В принципе. Нет, технику надо апнуть. А, между прочим, может, ее и можно апнуть.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Мало ли. Понятно. Понятно. Кто бы сомневался.
The bed is still cold.
Ладно, пойдем спать.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming. You're not co-op. It's your disgusting body. Even through your...
That pain in your right side is your enlarged. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did...
Now, you're finally thinking about
Ну, я думаю, что первое.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections. You're just stuck here. In the half-world. Could try looking at other people. How many promises have you kept lately?
Thou art honorable and just, sire.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go.
Ну да. Фух. Так, ну, слава богу, все восстановлено. Запасы большие. Сказать, амбиции, скорее всего, тоже. Так что... Вот так как это новый день, мы продолжим уже в новой части. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Всем всего доброго. Берегите себя. Сохранимся еще. Все, всем удачи.